Hey there boys and girls, like Skillfaggy here and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to give you guys my top 10 list for the games that I am most excited for in 2015 and 2016 from the E3 this year. Again, all these games could also be at the number 1 spot. I was just trying to bring them in some sort of chronological order, even though I keep changing it up all the time, and yeah, I gotta agree, I think I'm hyped. But I would say let's get right into it. But before we start with the actual list, I have two games that I want to mention really quick that didn't make it, but probably lots of people might be missing. So one of them would be Rainbow Six Siege. I'm a big fan of the Rainbow Six series, however I feel like Rainbow Six Siege doesn't really resemble anything that I really liked about the old games. So it didn't make the cut to this list. Maybe I'm still going to check it out. The other one would be Call of Duty Black Ops 3. I was a big fan of Black Ops 1, of the zombie mode. Basically I played every Call of Duty from Call of Duty 1. But I just don't feel like they offered much new stuff anymore. However, I felt like Advanced Warfare was kind of goodish, and so I thought Black Ops 3 at least deserves some sort of mention. But yeah, now let's get into the actual list. So, for the number 10 spot, because I'm still a little bit salty about Unity, would be Assassin's Creed Syndicate. The reason for that is I love the Assassin's Creed series. Of course, they have a couple of new things. Basically, they're most of the time are still the same game, but I really like the time that they picked for this game. Like the Victorian age, it's kind of my favorite, one of my favorite times in history, and I think that just the way they're going about it makes it really cool. So yeah, Assassin's Creed Syndicate is my number 10 spot, and let's move on to the next one. For the number 9 spot, we have the new Mirror's Edge Catalyst. So the first Mirror's Edge actually has been my first game for my PlayStation 3, and I've been really excited for it ever since they announced it, and I really had lots of fun with the first game, and I can't wait to play the next one. It just looks really cool. I really like that they kept to the graphic style that they had in the first game, because that's one of the main, or better said, favorite parts I had, because I really not just love the parkour because I'm doing it myself, but also the way that they went about like doing everything clean in the city and just like have this really flat, and I don't know, it's kind of hard to describe, but I really liked the style of the game. But let's move on. For the number 8 spot, we have The Last Guardian. Actually, The Last Guardian, like I feel like it should be higher up at the list, but I feel like for me personally, the number 8 spot is kind of fitting. The Last Guardian, of course, has been kind of down and deep, and nothing has really been said about it, and it's so nice that I finally talked about it again and showed stuff from it, and I really like also the art style that they're having with the game, and just how cute it is with the big giant guardian and the little kid. I mean, it's just cool, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, let's move on. For number 7, we have, actually just use this because it's 7 as well, Final Fantasy VII, the remake. So ever since they showed off what they could do with the PlayStation 3, back then when they released it, they had kind of this pre-rendered stuff of what Final Fantasy VII would look like on a PlayStation 3, and that they are now actually going to do a remake of Final Fantasy VII. I don't even really know if it's a remake or if it's just like continuing the story, but it's super, super cool. Final Fantasy VII was actually the first Final Fantasy I played, and I had so much fun with this game on my PlayStation 1. I just am happy that they're finally doing it, and I can't wait to play it. But let's move on. For the number 6 spot, we would have Rise of the Tomb Raider. I've always been a big fan of Tomb Raider. I think I've played pretty much all the games and also finished all of the games besides maybe Angel of Darkness. I'm not quite sure about that one. But yeah, one of my favorite series. I really like that they did the whole reboot thing and just changed it up a little bit, but still like we're trying to keep the main core of the game. I really like that. And I feel like the new game is just like picking up where the old one kind of ended, and yeah, just really excited. The whole ice climbing we saw, it looks really amazing, and I just like it's just keeping this tension all the time, and you're just going to, oh my god, can I do it, can I do it, can she make it, oh my god, and yeah, so much for this, and I would say let's move on. For the number 5 spot, we have a game similar to the last one, but a little bit different. It's Uncharted: A Thief's End. I've always been a big fan of the Uncharted series. Actually, Uncharted 1 has been my second game for my PlayStation 3, and yeah, I think the whole series or the whole franchise, depending on what you want to call it, has been so amazing. In the gameplay trailer that we see, or better said saw, where it was just where Nate and Sully were just driving down the hill and were chased. Like first of all, it really looks amazing. Naughty Dog has been making amazing games, and Uncharted has been such a great series. And I really know that even when the FPS are just around the 30s, the gameplay will be great. It looks great. I just cannot wait to play it. Number 4 spot, The Division. It feels like it has been ages since they announced it, but they finally are giving us some more pieces to look at. And even though the player in the demo was a giant asshole douchebag, I still want to play this game, and I'm gonna DDoS the shit out of you if you're trying to do this to me. But yeah, really excited for The Division. Cannot wait to play it. There's also gonna be a beta, which you can sign up. I'll probably put the link in the description down below. But let's move on to the next game. Number 3. It feels for me like it has been ages, and I was actually looking forward to a real good racing game with the crew. But now that they actually announced the reboot for Need for Speed, and not just announced, but finally showed some actual more stuff about it with the gameplay and trailers and all of that, I really feel like this game could be the crossover between Underground and Most Wanted that all players have been like wishing for, that all Need for Speed fans have basically urged to play and wanted it for like ages now. And yeah, can't wait to play it. The tuning looks amazing, the street races and chasing by the police just looks amazing. Really cannot wait to play it. If you know me really well, this might be a little bit surprising for you, but if not, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so Star Wars Battlefront is definitely on my list, this time for the number 2 spot. Just amazing. This game looks absolutely brilliant. I really love that DICE actually took a step away from Battlefield and their Battlefield franchise and really focused on making Battlefront a Battlefront game. I just like, again, how it looks like, everything about it is it's Star Wars. If you're a Star Wars fan, you gotta like it, especially at the end of the new gameplay trailer where you see Luke and Darth Vader fighting. I mean, what do you want more? Next up, for the number 1 spot, we have actually a newcomer, at least for me. I haven't heard about that game at all. And again, this even makes it for me a little bit surprising that it got number 1 spot, but it's Horizon Zero Dawn. This game also looks brilliant. It just looks gorgeous. The whole background story about it looks sounds amazing. It's basically a time set after our time, and it's kind of like the Matrix, but just a lot more bright. Like in the Matrix, everything is dark and the machines and the clouds are like covering up the sun, and in Horizon Zero Dawn everything is like the nature claimed back the land that we had with all the skyscrapers and cities, but like machines are ruling the world, but they're kind of like moving and acting a little bit more like animals, and you're kind of like a tribe girl, and it's, I don't know, just take a look at yourself. I mean, it looks absolutely, I don't know, just I'm way too hyped. I'm sorry guys, I think it just looks brilliant, and I feel like this game steps a little bit out of the usual safe AAA route title, and that's why, like, I don't think that I have played something like that in quite some time, or in quite some while. Again, the gameplay looks also really cool, and it's a little bit like Uncharted, at least from my taste, or maybe, yeah, like the other Naughty Dog game. So yeah, this has been my top 10 list. Please let me know what you think about it. Please let me know what you would have done differently, what your number 1 spot would have been, or just if I've missed out on any other games. But again, keep in mind that's my list, and I also think that every game on this list could also have probably deserved at least a number 3, 2, or 1 spot, depending on how you're going to put them in. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all for now, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and Lucky Skill Faker out.